swinging away and socks this to deep left field. That is gone! Bryson Hort.
Wortham pulls for the ball. It's a chest high snap. It's down the middle of the field. He's going to throw the goal run. Has it in the field. Intercepted, taking it down the far sideline. He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. And that's how you cap the game up. Jabril White called game on his third interception of the evening.
Sierra Smith quickly worked around, feeding the hot hand. Jasmine got it! 3 threes for number 23.
He finds Edwards. Edwards needs to get the shot up. Pulls up a deep three. Able to knock it down.
The counter-attack. Here comes Carla Ramos forward, looking for Noelle Lemus. She's gotten by the last defender. Bounty comes out. Noelle drills the keeper. Lemus. And that is a DVC victory. And the Vikings are champions of California.
And we are live here at the DVC Palladium. More DVC Vikings basketball coming your way in just a moment. My name is Max Agrest. I'm joined alongside Ryan Shell as always. Ryan, good to have you here today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to see another game of DVC basketball and hope for the win.
Yeah, so DVC is coming in this one, and it's a tough matchup. Foes from the Coast Conference, a rival from last year, number 14th ranked Las Positas College. The Hawks come into town. They're coming off a one-game losing streak as they lost to their foes later in the playoffs in West Valley. West Valley, the number 1 team in the nation, they got business done against Las Positas last game on the 6th, and that was an 83-51 final. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward. Is this going to be a team that starts to reel after coming for a loss, or are they going to be able to rally and then come back a team that is really not played up to their potential in DVC? So DVC come to this game 2-6 on the year, 1-2 at home, 1-4 on the road. They're on a 3-game losing streak, losing to Skyline College last week. It was a game where they started off a little bit slow. It was 56-37 at the halftime break before coming back and having a strong second half, winning the second half by 9 points. But it was a little too late. So the final of that one was 94-84. And the Vikings are a team that honestly, when they're on, they're on. They can shoot the lights out, but honestly, it's just been a tough night. It's been either 1 or 2 guys are going and the rest of the team is cold. And I mean, to defeat a team like Las Positas College, you're going to have a full game effort. They did it last year, but this is a very different looking team from the year previous. And let's go into starting lineups. So we'll start with the Hawks. For the number 14th ranked Hawks, you've got a guard standing at 6'1", a freshman from Chicago. It's number 3, Elliot Mobley. At a forward, the only forward spot on the floor in the starting lineup, it's going to be Jawan Mitchell-Cox, number 4, the 6'7" sophomore out of Hayward, California. At another guard, it's the 6'3" freshman from Fairfield, number 5, Sterling McClanahan. And at the last 2 guard spots, it's number 23, a freshman out of Chicago as well, Elijah Mobley. And the number 1 player for this team, the 6'6" sophomore from Fremont, the San Mateo College transfer, Alex Martin. Man, he's been absolutely absurd this year. 17.8 points per game, 9.5 rebounds per game. He's nearly averaging a double-double, and he's doing that 52% shooting. It's just insane.
Yeah, whenever you have a player that stands out like that, you really have to focus in on him and game plan for him so that, if you game plan for him, the rest of the game becomes harder for Las Positas, and that's very important.
Yeah, and Las Positas College is a team that really does well scoring inside. They were in the bottom 10 of three-point shooting, so I think inside defense is going to be a big factor in forcing them to take the outside shots. They only took 17 three-point attempts last game, so I think that's going to be in the game plan, forcing inside out and making them take those tough three-point shots. On the other side for the Vikings, another shuffle in the lineup. So it's going to be a guard/forward and the 6'4", 180 freshman from Western Ranch, Marshawn Smith. He's going to get his 6th start of the year. He's joined alongside Kai Curry, number 2, the 5'10", 170 freshman from American Canyon, one of the most athletic guards on the floor for the Vikings. Also a very high shooting percentage, shooting 51%, doing a lot of his work inside, coming off of a little bit of a hard game. He only got his points from the free throw line, 3 of 4 from that line, but Kai Curry's going to get the start, and we're going to see what he's going to be able to do with replacing the injured Vinny Hurtado. At another guard, it's number 5, Lorenzo Pardo, the 5'10", 170 sophomore from Heritage. Had a decent showing the last couple games against Las Positas College last year, a couple 8-point games, and if the Vikings want to have success, they're going to need a secondary scorer, and Lorenzo Pardo is primed in the position to be that secondary scorer. The star for the Vikings, averaging 20 points per game. He's top 50 in the state in terms of points per game. The 6'2", 185 sophomore from College Park. It's number 11, Ben Tejas. Ben does everything for this team, and last time around, I mean, he had 21 points, 16 rebounds in a double-double in that playoff game against Las Positas last year. And if the Vikings want to upset this very good team, they're going to need Ben Tejas to rebound the ball very well. Did so well towards the latter part of the season, rebounding, averaging only 2.4 rebounds per game in this one, though. So I expect to see a lot of action from Ben Tejas on the boards tonight. And last but not least, the man in the middle, the 6'6" center, the freshman from Las Lomas, it's Michael Wood. Wood, very high in that shooting percentage as well, 50 points. Last time we saw him at home, he had a career-high 19 points against Los Modenos College, and we're going to need a lot of rebounding of him as well. The leading rebounding for the Vikings with 5.5 rebounds per game. You just got to need a full team effort tonight if you want to squeak out a victory against a really tough team in the Hawks.
Yeah, really just get down back to the basics, box outs, everybody find a person, and just gang rebound. That's all you have to do. You really have to focus on the boards tonight.
And as we take you to the court action here, we're just about ready to get going here at tip-off. Vikings led by Herb Anderson in his fourth year, 34-31. And we got some royalty in the building as well, as Steve Coach Emilio is in the house tonight. And of course, we are playing on Steve Coach Emilio court, so you got to show him some love anytime he's up in here in the building. So taking the middle of the floor will be Michael Wood for the Vikings and Jawan Mitchell Cox for the Hawks. Working right to left will be the Vikings. They're in their green jerseys, or pardon me, gray jerseys with the gray bottoms and the green numerals. And for the Hawks, it's black on black, black tops, black bottoms with the red numerals. The tip is up. It's a little bit of an awkward tip, and Michael Wood is able to ricochet it over to Kai Curry to start the set. Lorenzo Pardo will have the ball between the circles, working right to left. Left-handed dribble for Lorenzo Pardo as he threads it underneath to Michael Wood. Almost off his kneecaps, but able to retain it. 15 seconds left in the shot clock. A turnover on the Vikings here. And on the sideline, Mobley was able to keep it in bounds. A turnover on the Vikings, that's going to be something that they need to fix. Not having too many turnovers, and forcing turnovers is going to be good as Michael Wood gets it off the deflection, gets a steal.
Yeah, you see both teams kind of telegraphing their passes right out of the gate. Both teams kind of need to work on that as the game goes on.
Marshawn Smith from the right wing. He'll cut down the right wing, turns around, 12-foot jumper instead. A feed inside, working across the basket. Ricochets itself in, and Michael Wood's got the first points on the night. A 2-0 lead for the Vikings at the 19-13 minute mark. Elliot Mobley, the main point guard for this unit. He'll feed it over the right wing. It's McClanahan. Now over inside the post, it's Alex Martin, and Martin likes to get his work done inside. Elijah Mobley, cross-court pass, tried to kick it out to the corner, and another turnover. 2 turnovers back-to-back for the Hawks.
Since the Hawks work so much inside, enclosing the defense can really mess up some opportunities when trying to drive and kick.
Kai Curry bringing it across the timeline. Lorenzo Pardo gets it before it's kicked away by Elijah Mobley. Left wing, it's Marshawn Smith. Marshawn Smith with the 18-footer. Side of the iron, and it's a miss, rebounded in by McClanahan. Elijah Mobley over to McClanahan. Drops it off to the corner to Elliot Mobley. A feed inside and a block. Mitchell Cox got met up, and a block for Michael Wood. Oh, and a carry called against Lorenzo Pardo. This is a theme we haven't seen going into this year. With Leaky Bo on the team last year, of course, a very famous rapper and a player on the on the Vikings last year. We saw, I mean, I think we had a stat of some sort. He had the most NBA fouls called on him in the 3C2A. And NBA fouls as in like some of those style points, like a carry or things along those lines. Elliot Mobley feeds it over his brother. Left block. And an offensive foul. Shoved off with the left hand was Elijah Mobley. So no shot attempts on the night so far for Las Positas College. Maybe still working off that loss from last game.
Yeah, DVC is doing a really good job closing in on the defense and focusing whenever Las Positas touches the paint.
Cole Webster comes to the game for the first time, replacing Lorenzo Pardo, so a little bit more size on the floor for the Vikes. Marshawn Smith, underhand shovel over to Michael Wood, and blocked right before the shot came off. A nice job protecting the rim for Mitchell Cox. A 3-point shot taken from the right wing, offline for McClanahan. And a defensive rebound brought in by Michael Wood. Curry sprinting down the far side of the floor. Dribbles, instead of taking a three, it's Smith going inside. Smith bounce pass inside the lane, flips it up, and Wood's got all 4 points of the game. 4 points for Wood. He's averaging 7.4 per game. And that's, I mean, a nice two-man game between Smith and Wood tonight.
Yeah, Wood found the soft spot in the defense, was able to get the little hook shot to go.
Right wing, McClanahan trying to lob inside over to Mitchell Cox, and a turnover there once more. Vikings forcing turnovers left and right, and unfortunately the official got in front of the way of Kai Curry, and the Vikings will turn it over as well. An unforced turnover. I mean, that was just an unfortunate situation where the ball was placed and where the official was standing.
Yeah, a little bit tough when there's a sixth defender out there.
The zebra stripes are supposed to make it easy to see, but in that case, the Vikings might have seen a little bit of gray as he was moving quickly down the floor. Side of the top of the key, and the first basket will come the way of McClanahan, averaging 11.4 points per game, and it's a 4-2 game now at the 17-minute mark. Curry defended by McClanahan, hands it off over to Tejas. Tejas doubled immediately. Cole Webster's open from the right wing. Instead, he'll slash. 12-feet jumper, short right wing, gets his own offensive rebound, goes up, left-handed shot, gets the basket and the foul. First foul will go against Alex Martin, and it'll send Cole Webster to the line to go for the and one.
Anytime you could get an extra possession on an offensive play, the defense will be out of position, and it gives you advantage to get the 2 points.
So Cole Webster comes to the free throw line. Only a 56% free throw shooter on the year, but let's see if he can cross the tee on the 3-point play. Webster, the 6'8" freshman from LA Premier Prep. He'll be the tallest man on the floor tonight, tallest man on both rosters, and he's able to sink the free throw as well. So a 3-point play completed by Cole Webster, and the Vikings lead 7-2. Elliott Mobley doubled across the timeline, passes it to his brother Elijah Mobley. Finds a man open on the left wing. It's McClanahan, goes inside, right-handed shot, foul, and 2 shot attempts coming the other way now from McClanahan.
Number 3, Cole Webster.
Webster picks up his first. McClanahan is a 90% free throw shooter, so somebody you don't necessarily want to be sending to the line. First free throw is true, so McClanahan has 3 points. He's got all the points for Las Positas College. Substitutions for the Vikings now as Moselle Wilson comes in alongside Elijah Keys. So something to note as well, number 5, number 24, number 25. So that's McClanahan, Mitchell Cox, and Martin as the second free throw is made by McClanahan. They are responsible for 57% of the field goal attempts for this Las Positas team. So, I mean, a lot of the offense is going to be coming from the way of those 3. On the other side of the floor, a driving kick. Cole Webster, right wing, curls in, swirls and fills the cup. Cole Webster's got his game going. He's got 6 points in this early going, 10-4. 16:03 remaining in the first half. Swing to the top of the key over to Alex Martin. First time seeing Alex Martin really handle the ball for an extended period of time, but a feed inside over to Mitchell Cox once more. Turns around, gets the shot from right underneath the basket, and Mitchell Cox gets his first points of the game. 10-6. Webster firing away from 3. Webster, back-to-back triples. 9 points just like that for Cole Webster.
Feed the hot hand.
Elijah Mobley trying to answer with a triple of his own. High arcing 3 is in. Only a 29% free throw shooter, but when you got space like that and you got confidence to just pull it up, that's a good looking shot. 13-9. Mo Wilson with the ball. Spins, hands it back over to Webster. Webster poked by Mitchell Cox. Instead, a handoff back over to Mo Wilson. And Moselle Wilson trying to get acrobatic at the rim, isn't able to get the shot. Rebound brought in by Elijah Mobley. Kicks it out to the corner. Pump fakes is McClanahan. Instead, a cross-court pass over to Martin. Martin getting inside the lane, gets past Ben Tejas. And the first points of the night for Alex Martin. Vikings did a good job for the first 5 minutes of the game to keep him off the boards, but it's 13-11. Looking at Coach Irv Anderson for just a moment is Moselle Wilson as he dribbles with the left hand between the circles. Left wing, it's Elijah Keys. Keys can take a shot from 18 feet out, but instead he defers over to the left wing. Benteas hasn't taken a shot attempt yet. Still won't take one as he feeds inside with 6 seconds left. And a nice shot from the low block left. Elijah Keys off the assist from Benteas, and the Vikings have a 4-point lead. Hook pass over to the left wing. McClanahan isn't able to knock it down from 3. And the Vikings able to get a rebound despite the fact that Alex Martin was in a good position to pick up the O-board. Moselle Wilson gets the rebound, sprints down the floor. Benteas will take a deep breath for just a moment before handing it back over to Moselle Wilson. Vikings seem content with really just taking their time on offense tonight. Limiting possessions, I think, is a very good situation to be in, especially because the Vikings are a better three-point shooting team in this game. And a foul inside reaches in as Elijah Mobley as Moselle Wilson was running the set. He tried to push it over to the corner, and that's the 3rd foul on Las Positas College at the 13:50-minute mark. Big rotation of players for the Vikings, so we'll get you a full reset on the floor. It's Keys, Pardo, alongside Cole Webster. Kai Curry checks back in for the first time tonight. It's DJ Evans, the sophomore from Broadman High School in Ohio, Oakland, California's own. Keys gets it off the inbounds pass. Right wing over to Pardo, and now Curry will get it, dribbling between his legs. Left elbow, has the ball poked away. Webster trying to fight for it, gets the ball back. Pushes it over to Evans. DJ Evans, 15-footer from the baseline, no good. Rebound brought in by Miles Clayton, checking in for the first time for the Hawks.
Looks like the Hawks guards are playing a little bit aggressive off top, willing to go for steals and try and jump passing lanes.
Elliott Mobley, left-hand dribble, tries to turn the side. Good defense by Curry. Instead of pass to McClanahan. McClanahan had his shot blocked. Vikings with another good stop. Curry races down the basket. Curry is erased on the boards. A terrific job by a block by Martin. Vikings keep the ball, and Cole Webster misses the 3. Another rebound brought in by Martin. You can see why he's such a great player. That was just a terrific play by Martin. And a reach-in called against the Vikings here. That would be the Vikings' 2nd foul. The foul will go against Kai Curry. Will not be a shooting call. So Cole Webster, the hot hand for the Vikings early on, will go to the bench. In comes Michael Wood, who got the scoring going in this game with 2 consecutive shots to get the Vikings a 4-0 lead. But at this point, the Vikings still have that 4-point lead, but it's 15-11 at the 12:56 mark.
Also in is number 12,
Miles Clayton back over to Elijah Mobley, and he'll work off the screen. Mobley doubled. Mobley driving the baseline. Out to the corner. It's to Manganon, and now a rotation back to Elliott Mobley with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Sprints, looks for a screen. Good defense by Pardo. Pardo stays in front of him, turns around. 12-foot jumper inside the lane. Right-handed shot is missed, and the rebound brought in by Kai Curry. Vikings did a tremendous job on defense in this early going. Lorenzo Pardo for 3. Lorenzo comes in, and he's that microwave scorer that we've seen from a year ago. The deep shot is dropping for the Vikings, and that is a great sign to see in this early going. 18-11 at the 12:15 mark of the first half. Elliott Mobley turning his back to the basket. Vikings fighting through screens. And a pass inside to Clayton. Clayton with the turnaround jumper. Good defense from Keys, but better offense from Clayton. Clayton leads the team in blocks at 17 and showing a nice inside game on the last attempt. Throws up the 2 for number 2, Kai Curry. He's calling the play. Instead of getting a screen by Michael Wood, he'll reset, fights through the screen, was Elliott Mobley, and Mobley will be called for being a little too aggressive on the play.
First on 3, Elliott Mobley.
That's the 4th foul on Las Positas College, and it's an 18-13 score.
Let's go, fellas.
Marshawn Smith and Benteas to the scorer's table, and head coach James Giacomazi really wants to get something worked out with the official.
Returning is Marshawn Smith 1 and
So substitutions as DJ Evans and Elijah Keys take to the bench. For the Vikings, it'll be Wood, Tejas with Curry, Marshawn Smith, and Pardo. Pardo gets it off the inbounds pass. Quick as Alex Maud to get him back on the defensive assignment, and now Kai Curry dribbling between the legs once more. Looking for a screen, instead defers, goes to the baseline, low block right, too strong. Rebound brought in by Alex Martin.
Yeah, good strong move by Curry there. Just wasn't able to get enough English on the finish.
Alex Ma over to the corner. 3-point shot is missed by Okereke. And the Vikings push. Pardon me, that was a shot by Manganon last time around. Lorenzo Pardo nearly has his cookies taken, but able to keep his ball alongside with him. Then Tejas, sleeve on the left elbow. Tejas doesn't take the three instead. Left wing, it's Pardo off the mark. Offensive rebound, Michael Wood. Wood inside, turns around, passes back. It's Tejas top of the key. 25 seconds left in the shot clock, and the Vikings will be content with taking another break. Heavy ball pressure for Alex Ma and Curry here. Marshawn Smith double for a moment, left a man open in the corner. It's Ben Tejas, and Tejas' first attempt of the night, no good. Michael Wood with a strong push to the face. Rebound brought in by Mobley, and the foul against Michael Wood. That'll be his first.
Michael Wood, number 20. 18-13.
18-13 the score at the 10:46-minute mark here. Vikings have taken the lead to start the game, and they have not relinquished it up to this point. 5-point lead. Alex Ma scanning the floor, dribbles, has the ball poked away as Martin is able to get it off the ricochet. Martin gets right to his spot and 12 feet out with the floater. It's Alex Martin getting his 4th point of the night, 18-15. Vikings push the ball back to the midcourt stripe for just a moment. Working right of the DVC midcourt logo. It'll be Tejas on the handoff. Oh, and an offensive foul called against Michael Wood on the illegal screen. So back-to-back fouls against Michael Wood, and the Vikings turn it over on 2 consecutive plays. Wood will take a break. In comes Elijah Keys.
We're really seeing Las Positas overplay everything, especially when Ben Tejas is trying to get the ball. And so look for maybe some backdoor cuts or any sort of cut as the overplay may change the game.
Alex Ma with the ball top of the key. He'll dribble over to the short left wing. Shuffles over to Alex Martin. Out of the right wing, it's CJ Ward. Ward spinning around inside the lane. Short left wing. Hand on the ball was Pardo, but the ball still goes over to Alex Ma. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Man-to-man defense. Looking for a screen. Gets the screen. The double. The kick out to the corner. Driving the baseline is CJ Ward. A drop-off over to Martin. And Martin misses the shot. Offensive rebound. And the putback is good for CJ Ward. Ward with some found money. Only his 29th field goal attempt. But he cuts the lead down to 1 in this situation. Vikings still trying to hold on the lead. At the 10-minute mark here, 9:27 remaining. Tejas dishes to the corner. Curry cuts inside, drops it off. And a blocking foul against Joseph Manganon. That's the 5th against Las Positas College. And the Vikings will inbound it from the left side of the baseline. Substitution as Manganon comes out. In comes back in McClanahan. So it's McClanahan, Martin joined alongside Miles, Clayton, Alex Ma, and the last man on the floor is CJ Ward. Lobs it over the top, and the inbounds pass goes to the left wing. Over to Lorenzo Pardo. Lorenzo Pardo trying to find a cutting Ben Tejas, but a steal instead. CJ Ward gets the steal. Ma, baseline once more, spins around, he's denied, but a nice pass over to Alex Martin. Rotational passing over to the left wing and a feed over to the block. And an overplay on Marshawn Smith will result in a foul as he tried to get a jump on Miles Clayton in the post.
Marshawn Smith, number 1, is first.
Substitutions as the Vikings bring in some more size. Lorenzo Pardo takes the bench once more in replacement of Cole Webster. Left side of the baseline, 5 fouls apiece, 18-17 the score. Ma from the corner. Ma stops his dribbles, swings it out over to CJ Ward. And now McClanahan has it. Cole Webster on the defense. Inside of the post, it's Clayton. And Clayton trying to use all of his size to get past the defender and Marshawn Smith, but misses the shot. Rebound in by Keys. Crossover dribble, spins inside, low block left, doesn't take the shot. Instead, it's back over to Cole Webster. Webster turns his back to the basket, trying to bully his way inside. Kai Curry, right wing, 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Kai Curry slips, able to get back on his own spot. And Elijah Keys gets the feed inside. He has his shot blocked, but the ball will stay with the Vikings. Just really strong defense and rotation, and you can see why this team is 9-2. They rotate to the ball very well.
Yeah, even when they're a little step late, their length on defense and their anticipation is allowing them to get a nice recovery and get eventually blocks.
Jawan Mitchell comes back in and replaces Miles Clayton. And the Vikings with 6 seconds left have it with Tejas. Tejas called for the travel. This has been how she wrote it. The Vikings 43rd in the 3C2A, averaging 14.8 turnovers a game, so not necessarily too terrible in that regards with turnovers, but the last 3 possessions have really just been turnover after turnover for the Vikings. And that's resulted with the lead being cut down to 1. Martin against Smith. Now it's Ward over the corner for McClanahan. Ball back over to Martin, top of the key. Ma has it from the left wing. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Pulls up 16 feet straightaway jumper. And that was a money shot by Alex Ma, the 5'9" sophomore from Castro Valley. Cashes his first points in and gives Las Positas their first lead of the night, 19-18. Vikings need to answer badly. Ben Tejas with the deep 3. Tejas off glass, and Ben Tejas' first shot at our first made field goal of the night will come with some style points as he kisses off the glass, and it's up and in, giving the Vikings the 3-point lead, 21-19. Ma inside of the post, it's to Martin. Marshawn Smith there on defense. Martin turns around. Martin gets just past Marshawn Smith, but leaves it too strong. Smith with a rebound. Smith. Dreads are in a braid today, giving some free flow and a nice shot from about 10 feet out from the baseline. Marshawn Smith gets his first points of the night, and the Vikings force a turnover from the Hawks. Vikings 23, Hawks 19. Vikings with the 5-point lead after a 5-0 run at the 7:08 mark here. And this first half of play on DVC Vikings Live. Back to you on the other side of the break in just a moment. Remember, the 10th annual DVC poker tournament is coming up. This is going to be taking place on Saturday, February 3rd. It'll be taking place at the DVC HSF building. So if you want to join, it's going to be a ton of fun. Go to eventbrite.com and search DVC Poker. Back on the hardwood floor, it's Elliot Mobley coming back into the game. And he'll dribble against Moselle Wilson. We'll get you a lineup in just a moment. Spins inside, out to the corner once more. And a 3-point shot is missed by McClanahan off our defensive rebound by Keys. Marshawn Smith runs straight to the hole. And a foul against Las Positas College once more. A blocking foul inside of the post. And it will go against Elliot Mobley, I believe.
Yeah, the few shots that Las Positas are taking outside, DVC is doing a great job closing out and then turning those into transition looks. And as you can see, the defense was off balance and Marshawn Smith was able to get 2 free throws.
So 2 free throws on this 6th foul, and the Vikings are 1 away from the single bonus here. Marshawn Smith rims out his first attempt. Smith, a 50% free throw shooter, so if the numbers are correct, he should hit this one.
Get ready.
4-point lead for the Vikes. Second free throw offline. Rebound brought in by McClanahan. So 2 missed opportunities for the extension of the lead, but it's the 6th foul against Las Positas College, and the Vikings do have the advantage here, 23-19. Elliot Mobley joined alongside Elijah Mobley, Mitchell Cox, McClanahan, and a left wing 3-point shot is missed. Offensive rebound, though, by Mitchell Cox. It was McClanahan missing, or pardon me, it was Elliot Mobley missing the 3. The game plan has been working for the Vikings. They've been clogging up the lane, they've been clogging up the paint and forcing the outside shot, allowing a team that doesn't shoot the 3-ball well to take many threes. And I mean, that's the points say itself. Brother to brother, kicks it out to the corner. It's Elijah Mobley missing, but another offensive rebound. It was brought in by McClanahan, but he tried to refeed that left side corner and turns the ball over. Marshawn Smith getting a breather. In comes DJ Evans once more. Cole Webster, Mo Wilson, alongside Ben Tejas, Elijah Keys, and DJ Evans. Those are the 5 on the floor for the Vikings as a 3-quarter court press is brought on by the Hawks. Vikings break the pressure, having an opportunity at the basket. It's a 3-on-2. And a nice opportunity to complete at the basket. 11 points as Cole Webster's the leading scorer of the night now. Keep feeding the hot hand. Elliot Mobley drops the ball as he motions out, 2 hands to call the play. Elijah Mobley jumps inside. Keys gets in the passing lane, gets the steal. Moselle Wilson sprints down the right side of the lane, anticipates the contact, and instead he stops on a dime. Mo Wilson gets his first points of the night, and the Vikings trying to extend this to double digits. 27-19. Vikings force back-to-back timeouts from the Hawks, and they lead at the 5:32-minute mark of this first half of play. Vikings with the lead here on DVC Vikings Live. Just another reminder, a friendly reminder, the 10th annual poker tournament is coming up. DVC Vikings Athletics gets a lot of refunding from this program. It's going to be a ton of fun. $40 to attend, $75 to play, $20 buy-ins. Number one, first place will be taking over a $500 Visa gift card. Second place, $250. Third place, $200. Join this. Go to Eventbrite.com and search DVC Poker. Working left to right. It'll be Elliott Mobley once more. And the Vikings with a 9-point lead here. 27-19. And an easy basket for Alex Martin. He's got 6 points pretty quietly. And it's back to a 6-point game. Moselle Wilson slashes, leaves a wide open Cole Webster. Webster unable to get the ball, but a nice offensive rebound by DJ Evans. Webster hit 2 back-to-back threes a moment ago and misses on that attempt. DJ Evans is coming as a spot shooter for the Vikings in certain sets. Doesn't take the 3, instead back over to Webster. Webster a spin. Webster inside, 12 feet out. Offensive rebound after the miss, and he's swatted down, hit right into the face, but no flagrant is called. And the Vikings will go to the line. It is a shooting foul, so it will be 2 attempts for Colt Webster, and the Vikings are in the single bonus now.
Seems like every time Webster touches the ball, something great happens, so maybe keep trying to get him the ball some more.
Absolutely. First free throw attempt from Webster finds the bottom of the net. And Cole Webster's got 12 points leading the Vikes. Like we were talking about, we just get multiple scorers going. Michael Wood started the scoring. It's been Cole Webster, and Cole Webster averages 9.4 points per game. So if he can keep giving you points like this as he hits the second free throw, Webster with 13 points now. But if you can get points from him, you can get points from Ben Tejas, Lorenzo Pardo. I mean, it'll be a good night. Lead back up to 8 for the Vikings now at the 4:40 mark of the first half. Mitchell Cox inside, stolen away. It's Webster who turns the ball over, back over to Elijah Mobley. And Mobley will bring it out to the right wing as the cavalry comes back on the floor for Las Positas College. Alex Martin swings it over to the wing. Back over to Elijah Mobley, who fires from 3, side of the iron, tracked down by Ben Tejas, keeps his toes in bounds as he tiptoes the sideline to get that ball down, and he'll sprint down the far side of the floor to bring it up the court. Doubled. Instead, a turnover. Try to feed it over into the post to Keys, and now quickly down the floor, it's Mitchell Cox. Cox gets the ball knocked away. Last touch off of the fingertips of Elijah Mobley. He cannot believe it.
Cox this whole entire game has been trying to get post position, but the Vikings have been doing a very good job trying to push him off his spots and make him uncomfortable. Right there, he has the ball. Maybe not used to seeing a little bit of opening, threw it out of bounds.
Vikings force the turnover after turning the ball over, and Ben Tejas from 15 feet out will rim out too strong. Ball still alive. Elijah Keys gets it. Ben Tejas steps inside. The jumper a little too strong. Fights hard. A collision, and oof. Just a hard foul by DJ Evans. Sterling McClanahan and DJ Evans came towards that ball, and the foul will go against the Vikings. That'll be the 6th.
You're okay, bud. Yeah, you better not be laughing.
DVC team foul number 6. That's the first on 31, DJ Evans.
29-31, 3:40 remaining here.
Play your game,
We've got some Hawks fans to our left, really showing some displeasure for the play. Elliott Mobley feeds over to his brother inside of the post. That's Elijah Mobley. Mobley working one-on-one against Benteas. The right-handed hook shot inside. And the rebound by Cole Webster. Webster sprinting down the far side of the floor. Bleach tip dreads, shaking in the air as he drives inside, right outside the restricted area, goes up, gets the contact, and Cole Webster to the line once more.
Jawan Mitchell, number 4, picks up his third personal.
Jawan Mitchell picks up his third, so that's going to be a big factor. He's one of the guys that really brings some size on the floor for Las Positas College, and he's got 3, and the Hawks have 8. 1 away from the single bonus are the Hawks, and the Vikings 2 away from the double bonus, and Cole Webster's got 14 just like that.
2, Kai Curry.
Marshawn Smith, Kai Curry back into the game alongside Tejas, Cole Webster, and Elijah Keys. Cole Webster in his red kicks, elevates, and he's true for once more. 15 points. Nearly half the points for the Vikings have come off the arm of Cole Webster, and the Vikings bust open their first double-digit lead of the evening. 31-21, 3:05 remaining. Right side of the lane, driving right to the basket. A block, but an offensive rebound by Mitchell Cox. Good attempt on the play for Keys being able to block the ball away, but Vikings just weren't able to get back on the spot, resulting in the basket.
I believe after that play, there was a delay game on Las Positas as well.
Something to factor in going forward. Under 3 minutes to play. Kai Curry crosses the floor once more. He's pressured by McClanahan. Man-to-man defense across the board. Drives down the baseline, looking for a man to pass it to. Threw it a little too strong, and it's brought in by Elliott Mobley off the turnover. Swings it, passes into the post. And now it's Martin, too strong. Martin's had to fight really hard for every single opportunity at the basket, and the Vikings free-flowing with their offense. Transition 3, and Cole Webster's got 18. 34-23, 2:15 remaining in the first half. Martin to McClanahan, out to the corner, steps out of bounds. Elliott Mobley steps out of bounds, and the Vikings force the turnover on the miscue. Something to factor in on the court. So the Vikings have a green trim with a little bit of wood lining still. So if you're not really too keen to it, or if you just see it for a moment, you might think the green is the out of bounds, but no, it's the black sideline that the Vikings have. And we've seen that turnover quite a few times and on Steve Coach Emilio court. Sideline inbounds, and a slight shell of pressure will be brought forward by the Hawks as Benteas is able to cross the midcourt stripe right in front of us here on the near baseline. Taps his head to call the play as Benteas. Crossover dribble. Ben having some open space. Back over to Cole Webster. Webster lowers the shoulder. He has the switch, has the size advantage. The fadeaway, too strong. Rebound by Keys. Ball still live. 2 missed shot attempts. And Syed's able to get the rebound for Las Positas College, the secondary unit into the game for LPC at the 1:35-minute mark. And for the first time, it's Miles Lawrence as well. Alex Ma Lawrence alongside Syed, who drives over to the right elbow. Back inside is Miles Clayton, and a left wing attempt taken by Alex Ma. And Ma, man, when he's got an open look, his stroke is looking good. 5 points for Alex Ma. Back down to an 8-point lead for the Vikings now. Yeah, the last man on the floor is Mecca Okereke for the Hawks as well. Marshawn Smith back to the basket. Will dribble inside. Goes up and under. And ooh, there's the athleticism of Marshawn Smith showing up once more. Just floats in the air as he double clutches the shot in. Double digits once more, 36-26. Deep 2-point shot. Ricochets out. Rebound brought in by Tejas off the missed shot from Clayton. Tejas sprints down the left side of the floor. Underhand shovel back over to Kai Curry. Kai Curry from the free throw line. Jumper is too short. Rebound brought in by Syed. Left wing once more. Ma doesn't take it. Instead, defers back over to Syed. And Syed's 3 is good. Some found money by the freshman guard from Vallejo. Only 3 for 12 on the year, but that 3 cuts it back down to 7. A reach in, so sent Kai Curry to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Cole Webster checks out. In comes DJ Evans. A little bit less size on the floor for the Vikings here. And I believe they're just trying to match up with the smaller lineup of Las Positas with the secondary unit in. Curry, the 5'10", 170 freshman from American Canyon, shooting only 58% from the free throw line this year. That's kind of insane to see. He's shooting 58%, 7% difference from what he shoots on the field.
Yeah, he's a great finisher, but sometimes the free throw line,
It
not so
humbles
nice
you.
to you. Yeah.
First free throw on the one-on-one's missed. Rebound brought in by the forward from Oakland, Okereke. Syed running the set. 6 seconds left on the shot clock, or on the game clock, I should say. Alex Maul out to the corner. The three-point shot hits the side of the iron. Vikings heave it up three-quarter court. That one's short. So a missed three-point shot by Miles Lawrence. And the Vikings will have a 36-29 point lead at the halftime break. I mean, just terrific defense inside for the Vikings, forcing the outside shot. And as from the scatter report shows, only a 27% three-point shooting team. I mean, the game plan's working to perfection for the Vikings so far. Yeah,
just amazing closeouts every single time Las Positas has an opening look. And then, again, everybody's boxing out. Every single shot, DVC has at least 4 players in the paint trying to grab a rebound. So really good team effort from the Vikings.
Yeah, and really what's been working for the Vikings is just being free form on offense, just pushing down the floor, really working the pace. And when something isn't open, feel free to just take a step back, stop it at half court. You've got a whole 30 seconds to work with, so why not use it all? Vikings so far in this game, they're mostly led by Cole Webster. He's got 18 points, the leading scorer for the Vikings. Marshawn Smith's got 4 points alongside 2 points for Moselle Wilson, 3 points from Lorenzo Pardo, 3 points for Ben Tejas, 4 points by Michael Wood, and 2 points by Elijah Keys. On the other side, it'll be 5 points for Alex Ma, 4 points for Mitchell Cox, 4 points for McClanahan. CJ Ward's got 2 points, 3 points for Syed. Elijah Mobley's got 3 points. Miles Clayton has 2 points, and the leading scorer is, of course, Alex Martin. Martin, one of those guys that you had to really watch out for, averaging a double-double. We don't have rebounds, unfortunately, tonight, but a guy that scores 18 points per game, you've really limited his offense and forced other people to try to make shots.
Yeah, his only looks tonight have just been on offensive rebounds and just scrappy plays under the basket. So a real focus for them on offense. You've done a good job taking that away for Las Positas.
Yeah, and when the Vikings have just honestly not turned the ball over, they have been in a great position. There was a few moments where Las Positas were able to fight back and get that 1 point lead. That was due to back-to-back turnovers from the Vikings. So if you play a clean half of basketball, you have a chance of upsetting the number 14 team in the state. And I think the Vikings have that written all over them. Got the win in the regular season, lost in the playoffs to Las Positas College, and the Vikings have come out, played a terrific first half of defense, and we'll see what we have in store after 13 more minutes in this halftime break here on DVC Vikings Live. So we'll send it to halftime, be back on the other side. Thanks for joining us here on this lovely Saturday evening here at So about 1 minute remaining here at the halftime break. And man, what a game that we've had in store in this first half. The Vikings have held Las Positas College to their lowest half-court season total, or halftime season total, since November 30th against College of the Siskiyous, and man, that was a wild one. So it was 33-29 at the halftime break, and then it was tied up at the second half. That one ended up going into double overtime. So we've had a good game in this early going, and the Vikings, I think, have been really studying the tape against this team, especially with so many days off in between. And man, this rivalry lives long and strong against the Hawks and the Vikings.
Yeah, DVC's really been able to dictate the pace of the game, and yeah, they just been controlling the possessions, not allowing that many turnovers, and the more shots you get up, the more points you score. So that would be important to continue in the second half.
I think also it's the fact that the Vikings can knock down the three-point shot pretty well in comparison to the 27% shooting from Las Positas College. So I think that game plan continues with it, and we'll have action back on the floor in just a moment. So for the Vikings, it'll be Kai Curry, Lorenzo Pardo, Ben Tejas alongside Marshawn Smith and Michael Wood, and the starters back on the floor on the other side for Las Positas College. It's Elliot Mobley, Jawan Mitchell-Cox, Sterling McClanahan, alongside Elijah Mobley and Alex Martin. Vikings have held the leading score for Las Positas College, Alex Martin, to only 6 points, and Las Positas College will feed Martin from the left elbow to start the game, or pardon me, to start the half. Lorenzo Pardo got his hands in the cookie jar and knocked one out. A steal against Alex Martin, and a stoppage in the action here. I'm not exactly sure what was going on.
I think it may have been a clock issue, like shot clock.
Yeah, shot clock's still showing 18 right now, but I think they got to reset it. So a sideline inbounds now for the Vikings. Marshawn Smith will handle the duties here, and 26 seconds will be reset on the board. So Vikings with the 36-29 point lead here at the 19:45-minute half mark as we start the second half. Lorenzo Pardo from the right wing scans the floor, finds Marshawn Smith from the right wing. Marshawn Smith gets the left elbow, pulls up, right wing extended, and Marshawn Smith shows up the range. A nice 18-foot jumper gives him 6 points on the evening.
Yeah, Smith was able to square up there. Perfect shot, perfect release.
Yeah, he got that jab step and then just got that wide opening. Martin back over to Elliot Mobley, points down to get a screen. Instead, Pardo fights through it. A shot that goes up the side of the backboard. And the ball was last touched by the Vikings as two different men came to try to get that ball away after the missed shot. Elijah Mobley has the ball off the inbounds. He'll get into the body of Kai Curry, and this one will be a foul against Curry. Curry picks up his first foul of the half on the Vikings.
Curry a little bit late there on the defensive slide, but he was trying to get in front of him, so good defense.
Yeah, just hip checks him at the end of the play. So brother to brother, it's Elliot Mobley. Right side of the lane, gets the kiss off the glass, and Elliot Mobley gets his first points of the game. Lorenzo Pardo from the far sideline in front of his coach. Michael Wood comes out to the top of the key to get the ball. Kai Curry from the right wing. Marshawn Smith wants the ball, and he gets it from the short right wing. Marshawn Smith feeds inside. Michael Wood gets it off a difficult pass, and he leaves it short. Ball almost brought in for an O board, instead ripped away by Elliot Mobley. Mobley to Alex Martin, 17 feet out. Offensive rebound once more by the Hawks. Elijah Mobley gets it over to McClanahan, and from the left side of the baseline, McClanahan will earn a trip to the free throw line. 2 for 2 for the line in this early going. (38-31) our score. Las Positas College trying to cut down on the 8-point lead from the halftime break. First free throw is in, and McClanahan has 5. The last foul went against Michael Wood as well, so you got to factor that in. That's his third as Wood takes back to the bench. Elijah Keys comes back in to replace him. McClanahan misses the free throw, but the defensive board for Marshawn Smith wasn't quite there, and the ball will stay with Las Positas College. So the 90% free throw shooter misses his 4th free throw attempt of the game, but the ball will stay with the Hawks, 38-32. lobs and tries to go up high with the jam. Mitchell Cox missed it. And now the Vikings on the step over and a block. Marshawn Smith gets the ball back after he got blocked. Pardo, left wing, Pardo too short. Keys trying to square out for the rebound, but instead McClanahan gets it. A turnover now, and Pardo flying through the lane, and Lorenzo Pardo gets his second bucket of the night on an emphatic play. Pushing ahead, and missed shot underneath the basket by Martin. Keys was there to clean it up. Hectic pace here in the last couple minutes of play. Ben Tejas kicks it out. A left wing three, Pardo! Lorenzo Pardo's got 8 points, back-to-back buckets by Lorenzo Pardo, and we've got a 43-32 game at the 17:40-minute mark of this second half of play. Vikings back on top by double digits. Back on the other side of the break here on There, we can bring it back. Back-to-back buckets by Lorenzo Pardo, and the Vikings open up a double-digit lead once more. 11-point lead here, 43-32 at the 17:40 mark. Vikings with the starter still on the floor, minus Michael Wood. He's got 3 fouls, so Elijah Key has had, a lot of great activity on the defensive side of the floor tonight. We don't have rebound stats, unfortunately, but he's been really cleaning up the glass for the Vikes. Right wing, a turnover by Alex Martin as the ball drifts all the way into the backcourt. And the brother-to-brother connection didn't work that time around. Elliot Mobley tried to get it to Elijah Mobley, and the ball ricocheted off his leg. And the Vikings force a turnover.
Yeah, great pressure defense right there by DVC, forcing the errant pass by the Las Positas Hawks.
Marshawn Smith from the near sideline whips it into the backcourt, and it's retained by Kai Curry. Kai Curry trying to draw the contact instead. A handoff over to Tejas with 13 seconds left. Marshawn Smith dribbles to the hole. Marshawn Smith with the reverse, no good. Rebound by Mitchell Cox. Up the floor to Mobley. Mobley has the ball taken away once more. Pardo trapped in the corner, nearly turns it over, and he does turn it over. Great play by Elijah Mobley, sticking with the ball, getting the steal off the ricochet once more, and he cuts it back down to a 9-point lead. Vikings trying to fight through the pressure. Another turnover. Pardo throws it right into the hands of McClanahan, and McClanahan gets 7 points now. The full court pressure is working now for Las Positas College. Vikings finally able to break it. Ben Tejas trying to go coast to coast to score it. Instead, an O-board by Marshawn Smith. And Smith's got 8 points following up his 18-point performance against Skyline College. McClanahan, a wild pass, and it's taken away. Tejas with the steal. Tejas pushing once more. The lob ahead. Marshawn Smith off a bad entry pass. And Tejas gets the ball back. Doesn't settle for a three, instead a right-handed hook shot. Has the ball erased. Mitchell Cox with another block. And a missed shot and a missed dunk. Mitchell Cox tried to come back with the two-handed hammer. Instead, it's Martin now from the low block. Passes to Elliot Mobley. Feeds back inside. Martin has the switch with the smaller defender. The Vikings reach in. And an opportunity to shoot two from the line for Alex Martin is there. The pace and really just the pressure by both teams has really turned up to 11 here in the second half.
Yeah, you even see it on that play there. Kai Curry ended up getting matched up down low, and it's a little bit of a mismatch, and Las Positas was able to take advantage on the post-up.
First free throw off the heel of the iron by Alex Martin. And Martin, only a 68% free throw shooter, so if you do want to stop the guy, setting him to the line is not a bad situation to be in.
Make him enter it.
Miles Clayton checks into the game for, I believe Mitchell Cox checks out. And the second free throw rattles in. Making him earn it is exactly what the Vikings are trying to do here. And the first free throw is missed, but the second one is split by Alex Martin. He's got 7 points. Cole Webster, the hot hand in the first half of play for the Vikings, comes back in. And Kai Curry off the shuffled feet of Benteas will run it down the floor. Reach in and another foul. Elliott Mobley just picked up his third foul of the game.
The Vikings did a much better job setting up an actual press break and was able to break it pretty easily.
Substitutions as both the guys that got hot in the last part of the first half. Alex Ma comes back in alongside Donovan Sayad. So both the Mobley brothers will take a break. In comes those two. Kai Curry, Marshawn Smith, Elijah Keys, Cole Webster, and Benteas on the floor for the Vikes. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Finding a running Benteas, and Teas misses the shot. Marshawn Smith tried to follow it up with the hammer, but instead it's Ma running the break. Ball's turned over once more. Benteas gets the steal, finding Marshawn Smith. Over to Keys, the drop-off pass to Elijah Keys. And Marshawn Smith floats in the air long enough that he can see that assist. It hits 10 points once more, 47-37. Mo Wilson to the scorer's table, checking in just a moment for the Vikings. And a terrific attempt underneath the basket by CJ Ward. He's got 4 points, but man, he was absolutely roofed by Cole Webster and still found a way to finish over contact. Cole Webster, left wing, gets a screen from Marshawn Smith. A little bit of space, will swing it back over the left wing. 10 seconds left for Marshawn Smith. Smith cuts into the paint. Smith with a tough turnaround jumper, and man, Marshawn Smith in double-digit scoring here after a nice 14-foot jumper.
Yeah, look, a little bit of that Dirk fadeaway right there.
Ma cutting inside. Good defense by the Vikings, forcing a straightaway three by Sayad, but another offensive board and another missed shot by Martin. Martin averaging 17.8 points per game in a double-double nearly averaged, but the Vikings have really held him in check. Kai Curry gets past his defender, finds a wide open Smith. Marshawn Smith for three! The triple splash! 52-39.
Stay on him.
Alex Ma trying to find a man inside the post, but instead bounce pass over the left elbow. It's Martin. Right wing cutting down the lane now. Sayad pulls up from 12 feet out. That was even closer. It was just outside of the low block left. And it's back to an 11-point game. A nice job finding the open space. And it's been some unpredictable scores for the Hawks tonight, as you've got some points from some guys that really don't score too many buckets. So a timeout by the Vikings will take the timeout as well. 11-point lead for the Vikes here, 52-41 at the 13:42-minute mark here for the second half of play. And we'll be back on the other side of the break here on DVC Vikings Live. Remember, the 10th annual poker tournament is taking place on February 3rd. The Vikings' main source of funding, really. It's just a good sort of fun as the Vikings bring the action back onto the floor. Finding a wide open Keys, and Keys throws it down. Two-hand slam, making it a 13-point lead for the Vikes. 54-41. Nice assist by Benteas there. The Mobley brothers check back in, or pardon me, it's just one Mobley, Elliott Mobley, finding the wide open Miles Clayton underneath the basket. And it's 54-43. Heavy ball pressure, left Moselle Wilson wide open, and a foul called against Clayton. He picks up his first, and Moselle Wilson, who just checked back into the game, will go to the free throw line. A 71% free throw shooter. So for the Vikings, it'll be Cole Webster joined alongside DJ Evans, Moselle Wilson, who's at the stripe right now, Benteas, and Elijah Keys, who's had some nice opportunities tonight off some very beautiful feeds from his teammates. The first free throw is missed by Mo Wilson.
Yeah, both teams are executing very well out of the timeout and getting great shots in the paint.
And on the other side, it's Donovan Syed alongside Alex Ma, Miles Clayton. In comes one of the starters, Elliot Mobley, and the last man on the floor. I'll get to you in just a moment as soon as the official stops blocking my way. And the last man on the floor is CJ Ward. So splitting the free throws is Cole Webster, or pardon me, is Moselle Wilson. So he's got 3 points on the night, 1 for 2 from the line. And now Lorenzo Pardo comes back into the game. He had a moment where he started to really get hot. He'll replace Benteas. 12-point lead for the Vikes here at the 13-minute mark. Elliot Mobley trying to feed inside of the post, and the Vikings will be called for their 4th foul of the game. This one will likely go against Moselle Wilson. It'll be his first.
Yeah, Wilson there maybe a little too late and was able to hit the player instead of get the steal.
Moselle Wilson comes back into the fold here. The inbounds pass goes to Alex Ma from the left wing. 17 seconds left on the shot clock as Elliot Mobley has the ball between the circles. Syed from the right wing is double for a moment, finds the open Ma. The defensive window closed in pretty quickly. Ma with 3 seconds left. Too strong. Cole Webster fighting for that rebound. Offensive rebound goes back over to the Hawks. Ma gets it off the ricochet. Back over to Syed. Syed to the wing, and it's Elliot Mobley dribbling with the left hand. Michael Wood comes to the scorer's table for the Vikings. A lob inside, another reach-in. Man, the fouls are stacking up on the Vikings very early on as the Vikings already pick up their 5th foul. Cole Webster will pick up his 2nd. Substitutions on the floor here as Elijah Keys comes out. Vikings with 2 of their taller players in Michael Wood and Cole Webster on the floor. So Moselle Wilson Pardo will be the 2 guards alongside DJ Evans and the last 2 that I just mentioned, and some substitutions as well. Both the Mobley brothers in now, and the starters back on the floor for the Hawks. Inbounds pass goes over to Alex Martin. Martin from low block right, too strong once more. Ball ricochets off a Vikings player, and it's another opportunity from Las Positas College. So let's give you those starters as well. Jawan Mitchell-Cox back on the floor alongside McClanahan, Mobley, that's Elliot Mobley, Elijah Mobley, and Alex Martin. Another inbounds pass to Martin, and from the corner this time he'll work. Trying to drop it off to McClanahan, a left wing 3, finally finds the bum of the net, is Elijah Mobley. Only a 30% free throw shooter, but he's got 2 3-point shots, cutting it down to 9 points now. Cole Webster doesn't take the 3 instead, driving straight to the hoop, got the contact, and gets a trip to the line. 3rd foul against Las Positas College.
After the pass fake there, Webster realized there was no one in front of him, so he just drove straight in. Good things happen when you go to the paint.
Jawan Mitchell-Cox will likely be sent back to the bench as he picks up his 4th foul here at the 11:59-minute mark. Cole Webster continues his hot night, 19 points now, as he is perfect from the free throw line, 5 for 5. Cole Webster's been a threat to be handled, or that the Hawks haven't been able to handle. 2nd free throw's missed. And another foul against the Vikings now, as Evans is likely called to the reach-in. 16 fouls, so 1 away from the single bonus at the 11:58-minute mark here. DJ Evans will pick up his 2nd.
It's always hard giving up a foul so far away from the basket.
Yeah, that one hurts. I mean, you're about 75 feet away from the basket. There's nowhere to really go, but when both teams are playing the aggressive nature that they have, these things will happen. Elijah Mobley has it from the left wing, pushes over to his brother from the corner. The runner inside, the block by Cole Webster, but the offensive rebound by Alex Martin. Martin trying to clear some space. Martin goes up, Martin's fouled. And he'll get 2 attempts from the free throw line, making him earn it once more. There was 3 different Vikings players around him, and let's see who the foul goes against. It'll go against Cole Webster. That's his 3rd. I want to see what the Vikings decide to do. It looks like this too big look is starting to slow down the Vikings just a little bit.
Especially
Martin 1 for 3 now.
Especially now since Las Positas is in the bonus for the rest of the game. That's 11 minutes. You got to play perfect defense.
And Elijah Keys, who has played some pretty perfect defense tonight, will check in replacing Michael Wood. 2nd free throw splits the pair as Alex Martin. He's got 8 points now, 2 for 4 from the line. 56-47. It's a 9-point lead for the Vikings as Lorenzo Pardo with his cutoff t-shirt underneath his jersey will handle. DJ Evans from the hash mark. Crossover dribble as he works towards the baseline. Spins around, finds Mo Wilson. Mo Wilson drops inside, the ball's up, and it's stolen away, and Manganon gets the steal. Throwing ahead, Elijah Keys was there to ricochet the ball away, and he looked like a defensive back just swatting that ball away from a wide receiver who was wide open. Good job by Elijah Keys getting back on defense. The ball being knocked out of bounds off his fingertips, so the ball will stay with Las Positas College, but the Vikings avoid a turnover and a fast break bucket for Las Positas College. Substitutions of the Vikes as well. Ben Tejas, Marshawn Smith, Elijah Keys, Cole Webster, and the last man on the floor is Kai Curry. Same lineup on the floor for Las Positas College as well. Actually, a little bit of a change-up. Jawan Mitchell-Cox will actually sit on the bench in replacement for him. It'll be Joseph Manganon, the 5'9" sophomore from Fremont. So spill or maybe some just sweat off the back of Elijah Keys. I think that's, jokingly I'm saying, that's part of the reason why the Hawks are getting some good fouls. I mean, just look at that effort cleaning up the sweat on the floor. We made the running joke that Lorenzo Oropeza for the Vikings last year got so many good calls because he'd be that guy to clean up the sweat for the officials and just getting some good favor from them. And Elliot Mobley trying to do the same here on Vikings floor.
Sometimes it's just the little things. Gives you the advantage.
You got to play to the psychology of the officials in that case.
Let's get these points.
Elliot Mobley gets the ball after cleaning up the floor. Passes to his brother Elijah Mobley. And now a handoff to McClanahan. McClanahan nearly turns the ball over, and he does turn the ball over. It's Elliot Mobley passing to Marshawn Smith after the steal, and the Vikings get the fast break. 15 points for Marshawn Smith. Coming off that 18-point performance. And a shot that's way too easy underneath the basket for Elliot Mobley. Vikings were not there on defense that time around. 9-point lead for the Vikings. Kick out to the corner. A 3-point shot taken from the right corner. Too strong for Cole Webster. Elijah Keys trying to save it, but turns the ball over. Elliot Mobley back inside from the right side of the lane. Too strong. That's been a trend we've been seeing. A lot of shots too strong for the Hawks tonight. Cross-court pass back over to Elliot Mobley. Doesn't want to take the three. Instead, reads the defense. Swings back over to his brother. Knew he missed the shot immediately as Ben Tejas gets a rebound. It was Elijah Mobley, and he chased it right after it left his hands. 10:06 remaining, 20 seconds left on the shot clock, and Kai Curry to handle. Marshawn Smith from the left wing, 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. Marshawn Smith, crossover, the mid-range jumper, no good. Tip, offensive board for the Vikings. Ben Tejas, after 3 different pump fakes, Ben Tejas knocks down the triple. Tejas, after the 3, gives the Vikings the double-digit lead once more, 61-49, and the Vikings have the lead. Under 10 minutes to play here, 9:45 remaining on DVC Vikings Live. You can bring it back. 61-49, the score here at the 9:45-minute mark. And let's talk about that last 3-point shot by Ben Tejas.
Yeah, I mean, the relocate 3, it's always so deadly. If you're the defender, you think, man, I'm making such a great effort to get out there. Next thing you know, I jump past my player and, oh no, he didn't shoot it, and he stepped to the side. And of course, with Ben Tejas, cash.
Absolutely. Ben Tejas got him up and going. The okie doke about 3 times before the made 3. And the Vikings with the 12-point lead here at the 9:45-minute mark. Ball will roll up the court. And Las Positas College will pick it up with Elliott Mobley. Elijah Mobley now spinning inside the lane, jumps from the right block, and a nice hook shot from the other Mobley brother. He's got 10 points, averages 13.9 per game, and he cuts the lead back down to 10. Benteas usually scores 19.3 points per game for the Vikings. Not much scoring from him, but when he's had opportunities, they've been big baskets. Right-handed hook shot, Michael Wood misses it from the block. Rebound brought in, pushing it ahead. In transition, it's Mobley. Mobley jumps inside, throws it into the hands of Manganon. And now Elliott Mobley from 15 feet. The baseline jumper is good. And it's 61-53. Nice couple scores back-to-back for the Hawks after the timeout. Michael Wood feeding over to Marshawn Smith, has the ball knocked away, gets the ball back off the ricochet, finds Cole Webster. Webster fouled after doing a pirouette. Went up for the shot, it looked like the momentum brought him full 360, and Webster will earn his points from the line once more. Manganon picks up his second foul. And so Las Positas College is in the single bonuses. The Vikings have 7 fouls. But it looks like the last 2 or 3 fouls from Las Positas College have been shooting fouls. So Cole Webster on his first attempt, nothing but net. Webster, a terrific scoring night, coming off of 17 points against, his high is 17 points against West Hills Coalinga. He had 14 points in that last game against Skyline College, and he's following up that good scoring performance with 20 points tonight. Let's see if he can get his 21st. His point total can drink now. 21 points for Cole Webster as he knocks down both of the free throws. 10-point lead for the Vikings. Elijah Mobley, a strong move inside, but he leaves it short. Good defense. He's complaining to the officials, and the Vikings are getting back on offense. Marshawn Smith clapping. He tried to thread the ball over to a running Kai Curry, and the Vikings turned the ball over on the fast break.
Maybe it's a little bit too overzealous with that pass, a little too much oomph on it.
Yeah, you have 2 of the most athletic players on the floor for Marshawn Smith alongside Kai Curry. I mean, just think about it. His twin brother is a gymnast at Cal, so that talks about the athleticism that those 2 have.
Yep.
And the Vikings will foul, and that'll be their 8th foul, so they'll send one of the players for Las Positas to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1, and the person going to the line is Elliott Mobley, the 6'1 freshman from Chicago, a 73% free throw shooter. Kai Curry getting a talking to by Coach Connor in the corner, and the first free throw rattles out.
You get the next one.
Not too many free throw attempts outside of McClanahan and Alex Martin. The Vikings have done a pretty good job not fouling in these situations. Second free throw short once more. Offensive rebound brought in by Martin. Martin underneath the basket, had the ball knocked away at the last second, but it still found the bottom of the net. Alex Martin quietly 10 points. 63-55. Cole Webster from the left wing. He'll dribble across the court. Moselle Wilson steps into a 3-point shot. Too strong. Rebound brought in by McClanahan. Lob ahead, and an interception by Kai Curry. Curry swings to Tejas. Tejas lowers the shoulder, and the contact. No shoot, no free throws on the attempt, but that's the 5th foul against Las Positas College.
Yeah, the threat there of Benteas' shot had the defense out of position and it allowed them to draw the foul.
Kai Curry, not many points tonight, but the facilitating in the defense has been there as he's replaced by Elijah Keys, so a bigger lineup on the floor for the Vikes. Benteas, Cole Webster, who's really gasping for air. He's played a lot of minutes tonight. Marshawn Smith, Elijah Keys, and Moselle Wilson, the inbound men for the Vikings. Substitutions for the Hawks as well. Miles Lawrence comes back in, hasn't played since the end of that first half of play. Mitchell Cox back into the game with 4 fouls alongside Alex Martin, CJ Ward, who's had some nice moments. And the last man is being blocked out by Elijah Keys, but as I lean back, it's Elliott Mobley. Moselle Wilson trying to find a man, has a moment to do so. Elijah Keys ricochets the ball after getting the inbounds pass, and Benteas was on the other side to pick it up. Moselle Wilson with 20 seconds left will work from the top of the DVC Vikings C logo. 15 seconds left on the shot clock as the Vikings might be looking to use a little bit more clock on these last few possessions. They'll start the set at the 10-second mark. Right-handed dribble, left-handed dribble. The crossover inside. Benteas needs to get the shot up instead. Passes it to the baseline. And Keys too strong. Vikings get the ball back. Flopping on the ground is Mobley. Vikings fighting back on defense, or on offense rather. The missed shot by Keys, the ball's still up there. Ball's falling around, Marshawn Smith gets it out of the pack. Ricochets back over to Webster, and a foul. That'll be the 5th against Jawan Mitchell-Cox. He'll be fouled out of the game. And Cole Webster back to the free throw line for 2 more attempts.
Terrible.
Such a hectic last few minutes of play. So Elijah Mobley will come back into the game. And Cole Webster, to the displeasure of a lot of the Las Positas fans tonight, will go back to the line.
That was a terrible call.
First free throw, rattles out. Cole Webster on his 9th attempt. 7 for 9. Second free throw, fills the cup. Cole Webster, 8 for 10 from the free throw line, and it's a 9-point lead for the Vikes. Trying to upset the number 14 team in the state. Coach Irv Anderson has his team locked in tonight. Elijah Mobley back over to his brother. That's Elliot Mobley, who leaves the shot short. Offensive rebound by Miles Lawrence. And falling to the ground is Elliot Mobley, and a whistle is called on the floor. And I believe that might be another foul on the Vikes. 9th team foul, so 1 away from the double bonus, and it'll send Elliot Mobley back to the free throw line. Missed his last 2 attempts from the line. So the last 1-and-1 opportunity. And Elliot Mobley, who has been a little shaken up from the line tonight. Let's see if he can fill the cup, and able to do so. Elliot Mobley's got 7 points. And if he does miss the second attempt, the Vikings need to do a better job boxing out and getting the rebound. Bente is on the far side of the floor as the defender comes back. And the second free throw from Elliot Mobley. Able to find the bottom of the net once more. 7-point lead. Marshawn Smith nearly turns the ball over. Las Positas wants to travel, but instead, Cole Webster has it with 20 seconds left. Moselle Wilson taking a second here. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Left-handed dribble for Moselle Wilson. Turns around. Marshawn Smith will retreat behind him. 8 seconds left. Moselle Wilson, one-on-one. Moselle Wilson steps back. 4 seconds left. Keys underneath. Keys the turnaround, the foul. Miles Lawrence called for the foul, not be his first. And the Vikings trying to extend their lead once more. This time it's Elijah Keys. For a big inside, Elijah Keys doesn't necessarily get to the line very much. Only 3 free throw attempts in this early part of the season. Steadies himself, and the stroke is good for the 6'4" sophomore from De La Salle. 7 points now. And Elijah Keys is 2 for 4 in the year, shooting 40%, or shooting 50%, I should say. Sterling McClanahan back to the scorer's table for Las Positas College. And the second free throw for Keys is up and in as well. Hit the back of the iron, ricocheted pretty high up, but the Vikings able to get it to drop. Substitutions for the Hawks now. It'll be Elijah Mobley, Alex Ma, Elliot Mobley alongside Alex Martin. And the last man on the floor is Sterling McClanahan.
We see DVC here entering in a little bit of a zone press.
Able to diagnose the zone press well, and gets the shot to go off the backboard, off the glass, a little kiss in by McClanahan. 66-59. Webster with 21 points, passes to Marshawn Smith, the turnaround. Marshawn Smith, left elbow jumper. Marshawn Smith with 17.
Marshawn Smith.
Your game. Get these points.
Elliot Mobley, a deep breath. Sprints straight to the cup, double clutches, and the Vikings will be called for the foul. 10th foul on the Vikings as Marshawn Smith will pick the foul up. And now the Vikings are in some pretty dangerous territory here as Las Positas College is in double bonus now. Once more to the free throw line, Elliot Mobley. So let's get you a reset of the situation. 68-59 score as the first free throw is rattled out by Elliot Mobley. He's had a tough time at the line tonight. 7 fouls against Las Positas College, 10 fouls against DVC. So the bonus on both sides, single bonus for the Vikings, double bonus for Las Positas College as we get a few different players substituting in. Ben Tejas, Lorenzo Pardo, Marshawn Smith, Kai Curry, and Elijah Keys in the game for the Vikings. For the Hawks, it is CJ Ward, Elijah Mobley, his brother Elliot Mobley leaves it short once again. And a push off, and the ball will stay with Las Positas College after the missed free throw, so that's been a trend that the Vikings don't want to keep going. Offensive rebounds and turnovers in these situations are pretty tough. So, some replacements on the floor once more. Alex Ma back into the game. Elliot Mobley inbounds over to Alex Martin. In the last few, Elijah Mobley and I believe CJ Ward is the last man on the floor. Pardon me, it's Sterling McClanahan, the last man on the floor. Mobley, a low dribble, left all alone for just a moment. Will take the shot himself. Trying to fight for the rebound was Tejas as he was toppled to the ground. And Ben Tejas, and pardon me, Lorenzo Pardo able to bring up the floor. Ben Tejas nearly steps over the midcourt stripe, but instead keeps the ball under him. Under 5:30 to play, and a reach-in called against Alex Ma that'll send Marshawn Smith to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Marshawn Smith today has been really cooking from that high post area, and right there was getting the entry pass a little bit further out, but it caused the foul on the defense.
Yeah, when Marshawn Smith is on, man, is he on? 18 points against Skyline College. And he'll try to equal that number on this free throw attempt and try to put the Vikings back up 10. The 1-and-1 opportunity. Steadies himself, releases, misses the free throw, almost gets it off the steal after the rebound by Martin, but misses the front end of a 1-and-1, so it's still a 9-point game. Elliot Mobley out to the corner, doesn't take the three as his brother Elijah Mobley. Instead, an athletic dive to the hoop. Lorenzo Pardo was there to pick up the carom. Pressured on the ball, but able to find Kai Curry. Under 5 minutes to play here, and the Vikings have a 9-point lead over the number 14 Hawks of Las Positas College. Vikings got the win against them in the regular season last year, trying to do so once more. Crossover dribble. Ben Tejas gets the switch. Kai Curry from the outside. Ben Tejas firing away deep. No good. Rebound brought in by McClanahan. 4:37. Alex Ma, underhand shuffle. That's McClanahan, misses the triple. You can live with it. This team is not good at shooting threes, and the Vikings have allowed them to do so, and that's played to the advantage of them tonight. A timeout taken by the Vikings, and we'll get a breather here. 9-point game, 68-59. The Vikings have the lead over the number 14 Hawks, and with 4:23 minutes to play, we'll be back on the other side of the timeout here on DVC Vikings Live. Tenth annual poker tournament. It's going to take place Saturday, February 3rd. Come and join us. It's a ton of fun. $40 to attend. Unlimited eats and drinks. A $20 buy-in. A $75 total to play. Just go to eventbrite.com and search DVC Poker. We've got a lot of fun coming your way in the next couple months. Back on the floor, we saw Marshawn Smith at the free throw line of the timeout practicing his free throw shot, and he'll get a breather now. Off the inbounds pass, it goes from Lorenzo Pardo to Kai Curry. So Pardo, Curry, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Curry will handle with Keys, Cole Webster, and Tejas. Those are the 5 on the floor for the Vikes. Kai Curry with 9 seconds, drops it off, 15-footer from the baseline. Cole Webster. We talked about Marshawn Smith cooking. Cole Webster's cooking a 23 bomb here with 4 minutes left to play. Alex Ma trying to answer. Spins inside a lane. Tries to get the contact. The block. Benitez did not jump, stayed perfectly on top of him, and he blocks away the 5'9" guard from Castro Valley. The crossover for Kai Curry as he makes Evan Mobley just shift out of his shoes. Vikings content to use as much clock as possible here. Curry stops his dribble, back over to Keys. Pardo has to get it, reaches way back on the pass. Left wing, Curry, right-handed lob. I mean, I think he tried to lob the ball because that was a wild attempt, nearly losing the handles Elijah Mobley as he sprints down the floor. Under 3:20 to play now. Elliott Mobley crossovers, backs his way inside. No foul call. Instead, a turnaround and another missed shot. I don't know what the shooting percentage is tonight, but you gotta believe that the Hawks gotta be in the low 30s with the opportunities here. Nearly turns the ball over, dives to the ground, a lot of contact. Pardo with the three, no good. Tipped in the air, rebound brought in by Alex Ma, and a foul called on the floor. Both the players still on the ground as Elijah Mobley and Kai Curry sprinted and hit one another. I think they just knocked heads on the ground as they were both diving for that ball. So I believe it will be a foul against Benitez. It'll send a shooter to the line for Las Positas College on the other side because they are in the double bonus. Tejas picks up his first, and we'll get an injury time on the floor as well as Kai Curry is still sitting on the floor, hurt, being assisted by the trainers here. 70-59 the score. The Vikings with the 11-point lead. 3 minutes to play here in the Palladium on the campus of DVC on DVC Vikings Live. Back on the floor, Kai Curry able to get up on his own, so that's really good to see. Scratching the back of his head where he took that contact. So it looks like the other man in that collision, Elijah Mobley, will be okay. He'll be up and running, and he'll send Alex Ma to the free throw line, a 50% free throw shooter in his limited attempts. Alex Ma has been pretty nice in some spots when he's had some opportunities to get some open jumpers. You can see the stroke for the 5'9" sophomore from Castro Valley. So in a 9-point game, Vikings with over 10 fouls, so it'll be a double bonus attempt for Alex Ma in this situation under 3 minutes of play. Vikings will replace Curry with Moselle Wilson, and the first free throw is in for Alex Ma. He's got 6 points. So on the floor for the Vikes, it's Moselle Wilson, Benitez, Cole Webster, who's got a whopping 23 tonight, alongside Pardo, who's had his spots, and Elijah Keys, who's been great defensively. Second free throw in for Alex Ma once more, and it's a 7-point night for Alex Ma, and it's a 9-point game. Moselle Wilson crossing the timeline here with 2 seconds to remain on the shot clock. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Man-to-man defense with McClanahan on Moselle Wilson. Back over to Tejas. Tejas resets his feet. Tejas goes inside. The nifty reverse. Statue of Liberty is what I call that one, because he just left it up and just let the backboard caress it in. Trying to answer with the three is McClanahan. Too strong. Pardo tracks down the carom.
On those long rebounds there, it's important to get to the free throw line area because that's typically where the ball will land on those long shots.
Yeah, with the spring of the backboard, statistically speaking, that's where it goes. Vikings using as much clock as possible. Heavy ball pressure by Elijah Mobley. Moselle Wilson loses the handle, turns the ball over. I think he tried to pass the ball, and by the time he was ready to whip that one, it was just off of his fingertips.
Wilson had the step there, but yeah, it just slipped out of his hands.
Under 2 minutes to play, and the Vikings have the 11-point lead. Spinning around, passing to Ma. Now, ball movement goes back over to Mobley, leaves it on the ground. Webster dives for the ball. Ma's open from the right wing. Ma pulls up from the baseline. Ma! 9 points. 9-point game. Vikings just need to execute, and they'll come away with the big upset here. Lorenzo Pardo, same sneakers as he works against Elliott Mobley. And Pardo trying to work as much clock as possible. Under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 120 remaining. Vikings with a 9-point lead. Pardo driving. Pardo goes inside, gets the contact, falls to the ground, but Pardo to the free throw line. Pardo's come in some stints. He's got 8 points in this early going, or in this late going, I should say. And Lorenzo Pardo, man, in some spots. He's really been terrific for the Vikings. Pardo trying to extend the lead back up to 10. Able to do so with his first free throw attempt. 9 points for Pardo, trying to get into double digits for the 5'10", 170 sophomore from Heritage.
You ready?
Second free throw, Karam's out. Rebound by McClanahan. This is a team does not shoot threes well. And they'll go inside instead of settling for a three. A missed shot by Mobley inside, gets his own rebound, and Mobley on the turnaround. He's into double digits with 10 points now. That's Elliot Mobley. Running the baseline is Benteas, finds Keys, back over to Benteas, sprinting down the far side of the floor. And a stoppage in play. I don't think the shot clock was properly there. No, maybe a foul. It's a foul. And that'll likely send a Vikings player to the line, but instead it'll be a sideline inbound, so maybe just a shot clock issue?
I believe the shot clock was at 20 and they reset it to 25.
So Alex Martin will check out. In comes Miles Clayton. So it looks like the white flag might be waved by Las Positas College here, under 1 minute to play. 73-65, Vikings trying to close this one out. Moselle Wilson with Alex Maw on top of him. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Moselle Wilson dribbling to the baseline. Moselle Wilson with the right-handed shot. And Moselle Wilson's got 5 points. One more attempt likely from Las Positas College as they fire a triple once more. Misses the three as McClanahan. Vikings get the rebound. And as the Vikings try to cross the midcourt line, that'll be it. Pressure again. They're not going to actually give up now, as Benteas is heavily toppled. The two Mobley brothers nearly tabletop Benteas, and a timeout for Irv Anderson. I thought they were going to wave the white flag as they sent in Miles Clayton for Alex Martin, but they're going to fight down to the final whistle. The Vikings likely one inbounds pass away, as we'll keep it here for the timeout. We'll give you some numbers across the board. Cole Webster, the leading scorer of the game. He's got 23 points alongside the 17 points of Marshawn Smith. Lorenzo Pardo has 9 on the night, alongside the 8 of Benteas, the 4 of Michael Wood, and the 8 of Elijah Keys. On the other side, the leading scorer, I mean, there's 3 of them for Las Positas College. They've got scoring from a bunch of different positions. Elliot Mobley has 10 points. Elijah Mobley, his brother, has 10 points, and Alex Martin has 10 points. The Vikings have done a tremendous job clogging up the paint, forcing a lot of outside shots, and for a team that only knocked down 1, they were 1 for 17 from beyond the arc in the last game. The Vikings read the scouting reports, they played it perfectly, and they were essentially 1 inbounds pass away from sealing this. Inbounds pass from Pardo over to Moselle Wilson. Cole Webster, ball over his head, and the pressure will continue. Moselle Wilson, 6 seconds left, 5 seconds left. Pardo has it all alone, and the Vikings with the 10-point lead at the final buzzer, 75-65. Back-to-back losses for the number 14th ranked Las Positas College, and the Vikings break even at home, 2-2 on the year, 3-6, and man, this is a huge victory for a program that's really trying to get their footing back under them.
Yeah, we saw it the whole entire game. Execution was amazing. DVC came into the game expecting that Las Positas wasn't going to shoot a lot of threes, and you know, DVC in those threes that they did shoot, they played great defense on, closed out, and was able to box out and rebound. And then on the other end, just taking your time, keeping pace, and really running your own offense, not letting the defense dictate how you play.
So 3 away games, and then we're back against College of Sequoias, but we'll take a second and try to get Cole Webster on the broadcast. So a quick timeout and trying to get Cole Webster on the broadcast on the other side of the break here on DVC Vikings Live.
Oh, I can't even say that.
I can barely hear. Oh.
All right. There we go.
Am I holding it? Okay.
Just a moment. There we go. So I'm joined on line side too, guys. We got a dual interview tonight. We got Marshawn Smith finishing the night with 17 points. So just one shy of your performance last week, Marshawn. I know you want to get that new career high, and a new career high for Cole Webster, as Webster has got 23 points trying to fix up some of this microphone issue. So I'm going to start out with you, Cole. When'd you know you were feeling it, man? Because you came out and you started gunning it and then getting it done from every point. From the 3-ball, from inside, you got a few blocks, knocked it down from the stripe when you got there. I mean, 8 for 10 from the line. Tell me about your game tonight.
I mean, just work and focus. You know, we was in the locker room. Coach had a game plan, told us to execute. Came out here, worked hard, executed what he told us to do.
And Marshawn, man, you were automatic on that turnaround tonight. That jumper was looking clean. Tell me about how you were feeling and how you got that swag under you.
Really, I was listening to Coach. Coach gave me some. He gave me some things what I got to do. He said play it inside out, so I started playing inside out, and it started falling for me.
Yeah, we'll get you back. Yeah, so you were talking about playing inside out.
Yeah, so Coach told me to start playing inside out, and it started falling for me.
Yeah, and man, that performance, I mean, I know you guys know the scouting report. This team came into the game shooting 27% from the three-point line. You let them take those three-point shots, but you clogged up that paint perfectly. What about that defensive game plan really set you guys up for success? Start with you, Marshawn.
I really owe it up to Coach. Coach watched the film, had us watch the scout about it. They crashed the boards really hard, so we had to clog the paint. We saw they get up a lot of shots, but a few of them was going in, so we clogged the paint. We made sure we boxed out there. No second chance points.
And Cole, I mean, you cleaned up that glass very nice. You got a couple different blocks on the game tonight.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel to really just change that momentum with some of those nice blocks?
You know, it feels good, man. Just coming in and doing a big part, trying to do what I can to just help the team and win. You know, Coach was talking about no middle and sliding over for help because they can't shoot. So I was just trying to get my body as over as far as I can to help my teammate.
Tremendous game plan tonight, and you guys executed it perfectly, resulting in that big upset of the number 14 team, handing them back-to-back losses. They lost against West Valley last game, and they lose to the Vikings as the DVC tries to get back on track. 3 back-to-back road games, and we'll be back on the 30th for the game against College of Sequoias. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and man, it's been a great broadcast. We got a victory, 75-65.
Yes, sir.
And we sent out this broadcast the same way, sent alongside with me. #Roll Vikings. 1, 2, 3. Roll Vikings.
Roll Vikings. Feel me, Vikings.
Roll Vikings. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.